watch out. Next time you get a call from the debt collector, unfortunately, if you are getting calls from debt collectors, there's a swindle that's sweeping the country, and it could cost you thousands of dollars.
You got to beware. You could become a victim without even leaving your house.
Be very wary next time you pick up the phone. A new scam is making the rounds. The West Virginia Attorney General's office is on alert after they received dozens of complaints about con artists posing as debt collectors. The scammers repeatedly call customers and threaten them with arrest if they don't repay supposed debts. According to officials, all the targeted folks have taken out payday or short-term loans through websites in the past. The con men operate under fake business names such as U.S. National Bank, Federal Investigation Bureau, and United Legal Processing. And so far, it's worked. They've managed to rip off thousands of dollars from victims. The perps haven't been caught, but investigators believe they may be operating overseas. Why? Because some of the bogus collectors have used names such as Denzel Washington and Steve Martin. But experts say the scammers also could be homegrown, and until they're in cuffs, we won't know for sure.
There's a red flag if Steve Martin's on the other end of the line. Joining us from Charleston, West Virginia, is scam victim Mark Fury, who is fighting to get his money back. Also, consumer rights attorney Peter Barry is joining us as well. So, Mark, you borrowed money using payday loans. Kind of give us an idea of what payday loans are. Mark, you with us? I don't think Mark can hear us. So, Peter, tell us about the scam. It doesn't have to be payday loans like Mark's going through. Tell us who's being the victim in these cases.
Well, typically the victim in these cases are a consumer that owed a debt which may have been discharged in bankruptcy several years ago. It may have been a debt which was charged off 10, 15, 20, even 20 years old.
So when you pick up the line and there's a bill collector and they start kind of getting aggressive, what are some of the red flags that we know this is a scam?
Well, oftentimes I call these rogue debt collectors. These rogue debt collectors are people who essentially work with 800 numbers. They work with P.O. boxes. They don't really, they have vague company names and won't identify their address.
One of the problems that Mark went through is that he said that he paid these loans off. If you remember paying them off, he had the debt consolidators and thought everything was okay. All of a sudden, he's getting calls, and the calls become very aggressive, and they start threatening him with, we're going to arrest you, we're going to have you arrested, we're going to, one of the quotes is, we're going to have your case downloaded to the county, and then the county's going to come get you. None of that is.
What does that
mean?
None
of that is
well,
sense.
A lot of this language is really just hot button language designed to get a consumer to pay a bill. I mean, the debt collector wants one or two things. They want a payment or a promise to pay.
Gotcha. Hey, Mark, you're with us now. So what's the most aggressive thing they would yell at you over the phone? Because you didn't owe any money, but you kind of felt like you did?
Yes. They would come across as saying that they're going to arrest me, that they're going to get me for fraud. They're going to come... it was almost terrorizing because they like going to arrest you, and it's just scary. Yeah, you were scared, and you thought, well, maybe I do owe this money, and geez, I'd rather deal with money and just pay it off and just have these guys away from me. But then you did pay, and they still kept calling you. How many calls do you think you got? Yeah. Oh, total, it's been hundreds of calls, probably over 100 in the past probably 3 months.
Yeah, your hotel manager, they ever call you at work?
Oh, they call me at work constantly around my paydays. I get paid like twice a month, and they call anywhere between 3 to 5 times in like an hour or hour and a half of time. They leave messages for other whoever it is that calls. It's either U.S. National Bank or they call U.S. Federal. They call themselves U.S. Marshals.
Sounds very legitimate.
Yeah, they're very. They sound very truthful, very legitimate, but it's mind-boggling. It's so scary.
Well, and they had all, Mark, did they have all of your info? I mean, all your Social Security number and the bank accounts and stuff like that?
Yes, when they called me, they gave me my bank account number, they gave me a Social Security number, they gave me my name, the place of work.
So, Peter, that sounds like it's people who have dealt with him before, at least had his case, had access to a case, a legitimate case involving him before. Maybe this just went off.
Absolutely. What I find in most of these cases is there's some stub of truth in this, in that there may have been a debt that was owed previously that was paid off or resolved or settled, or at least the consumer thought had been settled, and the debt collector has a different idea.
So They say, we're going to come in and arrest you. No legitimate bill collector would say that.
Well, no legitimate bill collector would say that, and I would just point out, people should pay their just and owing debts, and most people want to pay their debts, but debt collectors operate under the FUD principle, fear, uncertainty, and doubt, and they oftentimes will use these, like I called them before, red button words, kind of hot button words.
Fired.
Right, that are designed to make you think that something bad is going to happen.
Fired, arrested, trouble.
I'm a federal agent is what one guy said to Mark. I'm a federal agent?
Debtor's prison was abolished in this country in about 1805 for good reason.
Yeah, Mark, good luck to you, man.
Good luck. Thank you very much. We have some tips for you on the web, by the way, so go to MJShow.com and find out more information on how to be careful and be wary of these people.